Wednesday, Wednesday, Wednesday! Worth watching Wednesdays. Alright, hello and welcome to another episode of Worth Watching Wednesdays. Today, our little bit of movie news is regarding X-Men Days of Future Past. Now, I hate to talk about a trailer after just talking about a trailer last week, but this trailer's here, so I should talk about it. The trailer has just been released for X-Men Days of Future Past, and the reason this is a big deal is because Bryan Singer is back directing X-Men again. Bryan Singer directed the first two X-Men, both of which got great reviews. He also directed The Usual Suspects, so people are pretty excited for him coming back to direct the X-Men. And based on this trailer, what are my thoughts on that? Don't get me wrong, the movie looks interesting. You have the cast from the original X-Men plus X-Men First Class, so like their young and old selves getting to mix and meet together and stuff in the movie, which looks interesting, but the trailer just looks kind of sloppily put together. Like, it looks like it was rushed out there just to have a trailer. It just doesn't look awesome. I mean, the feeling I'm getting from this trailer is that they're just rehashing the same old ideas they had back in X-Men 1 and 2 and just throwing a couple new ideas into there. And I mean, if you like the first X-Men and just want more of the exact same thing, then you should probably be excited about this. But like, I was a big fan of the Wolverine because they threw different things in there and it was more of a character study of the character. But this really just doesn't look like it breaks any new ground, and so I'm not as excited as I feel I should be. Also, the trailer opens using that song from the movie Sunshine, and I just never like it when a trailer has music from some other movie in the trailer for a different movie. It just gives me a weird vibe. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of the X-Men Days of Future Past trailer in the comments down below. Alright, so it is the day before Halloween, and that means I should really be reviewing a horror movie today, so that's what I'll be doing. The movie I'm going to be reviewing / recommending today is a classic. It is Alien from 1979, directed by Ridley Scott. This movie is both a sci-fi movie and a horror movie. It takes place in space and deals with aliens, so it's a sci-fi, and it's also super creepy and disturbing, so it's a horror movie. So the plot of this movie revolves around the crew of a spaceship mining vessel called the Nostromo that's transporting minerals through space back to Earth. And they're awakened early from hypersleep because they get a distress beacon from a different ship. They go to that ship to follow the distress beacon, and in the process, something gets aboard their ship. And this movie's really great in that you have sort of a relatable occupation and relatable characters, and the fact that there's just these blue-collar mining workers in this really unfamiliar, unsettling territory in these close, cramped corridors of this spaceship where there's no one for millions of miles anywhere around that they can actually reach out to. So you get something that actually you can feel for these characters and you can put yourself in their scenario, but it's also just weird enough and off that scale that it makes it really uncomfortable and just unfamiliar, really weird feeling. And one of the things I like about this movie is that it's dark and it's dirty, and I mean that in like an actual literal physical sense. Like, you got these oily, steamy, dark corridors of the spaceship that they're, it looks like you're down inside like a submarine going through these little cramped, tight hallways that are all covered in rust and stuff like that. It's this old mining vessel, and so it's got this big sort of hulking, dark, heavy feel to it throughout the whole movie that really helps just sell the And on top of that, you have what is, in my opinion, one of the greatest movie monsters of all time, the alien xenomorph that's on their ship. This is the thing of which nightmares are made, and yes, my favorite version of the alien is the one in Alien. The ones in Aliens were cool, but this one is the just scariest looking one of all of them. And if by any chance you know nothing about this movie, if I say the word alien and you go, I wonder what that's about, watch the movie now, because the movie is so much more effective if you don't know all of the little plot twists and spoilers that are kind of parts of pop culture now, because there are scenes in this movie that are so ridiculously shocking and disturbing that if you don't know they're coming, you're going to be thinking about them for weeks. I unfortunately knew they were coming, so they were still like, oh, but they didn't just have that like deep visceral effect that they did when this movie first came out. So if you haven't heard anything about this movie, see it right now before anyone tells you anything about it. Don't look up plot synopsis, don't look up anything about it, watch it now. So needless to say, the movie's great. It has great acting, it's terrifying, it's really creepy, it revolutionized both the horror and the sci-fi genre, as Ridley Scott tends to do with the genre movies that he makes. I would give the movie a 9 out of 10. It's a wee bit dated at points, but it's still a lot of fun, still really creepy. You should watch it. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Worth Watching Wednesdays. Leave a comment down below what you'd like me to review / recommend next week. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Bye.